Hey there, it's Lowell Wild Jr. This past weekend, I was having a conversation with one of my partners. It was Saturday morning, and we were meeting in the mid-morning about some things about the organization and things that we were doing to try to move some directional changes in the organization. And he had said that he was at the office catching up on his records from the previous week. And it's something he and I had talked about a lot over the course of the last year, where I was trying to encourage him not to let records wait till the weekend to catch up, but it's just something that he always does. And I've been really trying to encourage him, hey, do your records as the day goes on, and don't let it go to the end of the day, the next day, or the weekend when you have to catch up. It's much more efficient if you do it as the day goes on. Well, this is not an uncommon conversation that I have with a lot of doctors in our organization and other doctors that I coach or work with in the Fabi Mastermind program. There is a consistent problem with doctors who don't get their records done until after hours, lunchtime, weekends, things that impact their ability to enjoy their lives, get home, and do other things like really work on their business, not just work in their business. It has always been my practice, literally from the day I started practicing over 26 years ago, that I finished my medical record on a patient before I went to the next patient. I've always done that, and I literally do it in 99% of the patients that I see, even in my busiest days. Even if I've fallen a little bit behind, which I try not to do, I always finish my record before going into the next room. And I don't mean most of it, I mean complete it completely. And so I know many of you are listening to this or watching this and being like, no way, can't be done. I'm telling you, I do it, and I have a busy schedule with complex patients, with complex pathology, and I have very detailed and comprehensive notes. Maybe not multi pages of notes, but detailed notes that will satisfy both my record and what I need to know about the patient, compliance for insurance purposes, audit purposes, all those types of things, and importantly, medical, legal. I've really never had a problem if I've ever been audited or have medical legal issues. I've never had a problem with my records when I've done it the way I have. So what I'd like to say to you is this month, February, is typically the slowest month of the year for many doctors around the country for reasons that I've defined last week and in the past. Deductibles are not met, so patients aren't looking for care. In the northern part of the United States, it's cold. Heck, in some of the southern parts of the United States this week, it's been cold and snowy, and people are coming in at the same rate as they will in other parts of the year. So I have a challenge for you. In the month of February, every single patient, finish your record before you go to the next patient. And I mean 100%, the billing, all of the record completely before you go to the next patient. Until you do it 100% of the time for a period of time, it can't become a habit for you. But I assure you and guarantee you, if you get into the habit, you will find that you can, in fact, accomplish getting your records done with every single patient. You'll actually do less time doing the records because it'll be fresh in your mind. You'll be right on top of it. You won't be doing it hours later or days later trying to remember, was it the left or the right foot? Was it Mrs. Smith? Was it Mrs. Jones? You'll be right on top of it. And by doing that, you're going to lessen your time with your medical records. They're going to be better and more accurate. And at the end of your day, you're going to say, this is awesome. I'm done with my records. I can go to my next thing. I can go home to my family. I can go work on my business without the concern of these medical records that I have to get back and do. And you're going to be more compliant because your contracts with insurance companies and Medicare say you have to be done with your medical records within 48 hours of seeing a patient. So the take-home message, and I challenge you, each and every one of you, in February, get every record done before moving to the next patient. And at the end of the month, I want you to send me a note at support at footandanklebiz.com. Tell me how it worked. And I will be surprised if you really commit to it. You're not going to feel like it has changed your life for the better. So get those medical records done, get home to your family, work on the business, and have a great week.